Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, blessings, and mercy of Allah might be in all of you. Welcome to yet another episode of 5 Minutes with Fidai. We're going to talk about match number 46 that was played between Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think starting it first off, I will say it was a mistake to win the toss and not to bat first if you are Sunrisers Hyderabad. Because I think this brand of cricket has been suiting the skill set of the Sunrisers Hyderabad batters. They bat first, they put a huge total, and they do not even allow the opposition close to it. Even if the opposition comes close, they still fall short by some run. We've seen Sunrisers Hyderabad scoring 287, the highest ever scored in the history of IPL, and then 277, 266, or other respective huge scores that they have made. Now, they were able to put that on the back of some brilliant performances from their batters, in particular, Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma, who both have been so destructive throughout the power play, and they've even put together 125 in 6 overs. Can you believe it? 125. Then for such a kind of team, why would you want to bat sack? And yeah, it's understandable that you look at Dew and what happens with Dew, and we have talked about this. It's wet. The ball is wet. There's a lot of water. Literally, it's like so much water. The grass is so wet, and the ball every time goes there. When you take the ball and you want to grip it as a bowler, you cannot, because if you're a seamer, you want to bowl seam up, you want to bowl you want to get the swing out of it, and you want to see if you can direct your Yorkers, scorching Yorkers. No, what you cannot do is when the ball is wet and you want to throw a Yorker, more often than not is what happens, that it turns into a full toss, and you call a full toss to be a juicy full toss. What's the reason why you call it a juicy full toss? Is because that it comes down to you at a very reasonable height, and then you can just smash it to any part of the ground that you want. And the kind of bats that the bat is using, you will imagine that that ball is not going to stay inside the ground. Right. That being said, also for the spinners, it's not easy to grip. And what happens is that you give away a lot of freebies. You can even bowl the waist height no balls, the beamers. It's just because that the ball slips off your hand. Now, this is what the thought process was when Pat Cummins, who's a very brilliant cricketer and a brilliant mind, and not to forget, just recently, 2023, he won Australia, the one-day international World Cup. So, I mean, you can't rule him out as a player and as a cricketing mind, but that too, again, I will say, is the fact that Sunrisers Hyderabad have been enjoying batting first, no matter what the conditions. That being said, Sunrisers Hyderabad asked Chennai Super Kings to bat first. They were very eagerly looking for the win because they had not been doing so good recently. So they were very eager to make sure that they win. Now, what happens is Ajinkya Rahane and Ruturaj Gaikwad start. They put together a 19-run partnership, which is not good enough. But what happens is Ruturaj Gaikwad, this man is in a sublime form. He has hit so many boundaries, and every four that he hits, just watch it. I'm serious. Just watch it. The way he crafts them is a craftsman work. He's so brilliant on ice. This time around, he falls in the 20th over and scores 98 runs. The good thing is that he doesn't even bother about it, the fact that he could not complete his 100. Now, here's the lesson for people who understand and who learn, and it is that you don't go after your personal milestones. You rather go after the entire team effort as to what is it that is good for the team, and considering the fact that whatever is good for the team is what you do. That being said, like, he gets out in the 98, but this time around, Daryl Mitchell finds himself some form, scores 52 runs. His strike rate is about 162, and that's what CSK want. And then Shivam Dubey, come on, 4 sixes in his 39 runs tells you the whole story, that he is a smasher of the ball. And well, Bhuveshwar Kumar, Unadkat, they give away 38 runs each and take 1 wicket. But I think the fact that the score is above 200, you will tell that the bowlers have not done decent enough a job. When the chase starts, again, you depend a lot on your opening pair, and your opening pair does not deliver. So what happens as a result is that you start to struggle in the middle phase. Now, all of a sudden, Klaasen, who's been so good a finisher in the middle overs because of the scoreboard pressure and because the wickets have already fallen down, your first partnership is only 21 runs, your second wicket partnership is 0, your third wicket partnership is 19. and your fourth wicket partnership is only 32. What happens is all of this put pressure on Klaasen. And finally, Klaasen falls as well. And guess what? He falls to Matish Patirana. That guy is a rocket launcher, to say the least, about his Yorkers. I've seen him from a very closer angle. I've seen him when he's bowled inside the field, and I tell you, the coaches who just stand there to keep the ball, kind of just let it go sometimes. That is how fast he bowls and how accurately he bowls. Right at the root of the stumps is what would surprise you when you see him bowl. So that is actually the story that Matish Batirana and company, to say, led by Tushar Deshpande, takes the wickets. Mustafiz also take 2 wicket and gives away only 19 in his 2 overs and 5 balls. And I mean, I'm especially at awe with the skill set that Ravindra Jadeja has been showcasing for so long. You have a lot of due and you still bowl 4 overs and you still take a wicket. And that being said, you give away only 22 runs in 4 overs. What kind of a human being you are? You must be a superhuman being. I think what Sunrisers Hyderabad did wrong was the fact that they won the toss and they did not bat first. That is first thing for me. And secondly, I think there has been an over reliance on your opening pair to give you that startup, which you down the order yield on. So I think Sunrisers Hyderabad still is a very competitive side, a very strong looking side, and on a given day they will just smash no matter whatever the team, whatever the bowlers. But Chennai Super Kings, I think, played a brilliant round of cricket, led by Rutraj Gaikwad. That's what you would expect from the leader, from the captain. 98 runs on the board, and he seems to be in a good form. We know about Rutraj Gaikwad that he finds his form in the later part of the innings, like in the first 2-3 matches. He's kind of sluggish, whatever, but sluggish and all, but then he starts getting into the momentum. But I think kudos to Chennai Super Kings for the kind of show they put there. And Sunrisers Hyderabad, I think, were surprised with the way Sunrisers Hyderabad were attacked. The fact that the Chennai Super Kings had done their homework, bowling those wider Yorkers or wider away from the reach of the batsmen of kinds of Abhishek and Travis. You bowl on the fifth stump, sixth stump, and then you bowl those slower cutters and short pitch deliveries. And then placing the fielding into the right areas is what works best for Chennai Super Kings. One thing about Chennai Super Kings alongside MS Dhoni and Rutraj Gaikwad is that MS Dhoni has told him that I will get you the angles right. What you mean by angle is you will know exactly where the ball is going. So I'll get your fielders right, but you make sure that you get your bowlers right. And together with Dwayne Bravo, who's been so good as a bowler himself, knows exactly where to bowl and how to trap the batters. And that is what we saw on display in this match. And I think they have been brilliant, and congratulations to them. And that was it from me. I hope you will have enjoyed this and stay tuned. And by the way, if I may just use a very little bit of your time, is this is my YouTube page. And if you still have not subscribed to it, go ahead and subscribe and honor me with your presence on my page. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.